Hey guys, this is Shreyas and welcome back to a brand new video. By the way guys, stick around till the end of the video because it'll be worth it because I am giving away something at the end of the video. I wanted to kickstart this year with a video about the OnePlus 8 Pro because that has been my primary device I have been using for over 6 months. In between I did use the OnePlus 8, the OnePlus Nord and the Pixel 4a, but this has been my daily driver throughout most of the year. You could consider this as a long-term review if you want to, but I'll be sharing my personal experience with the OnePlus 8 Pro, a few questions that people asked me over at Twitter. By the way, if you're not following that, please do follow. And I hope that you guys get a good perspective about how I use my phone. And so before we move on, why don't you hit that like button and subscribe and hit the bell icon as well so that you get notified when I bring you a brand new video. With that said, this is Shreyas and let's check that out. So I got the OnePlus 8 Pro on the first ever sale on Amazon. I got the 256 plus 12GB variant because I was in love with the ultramarine blue color and I really wanted it. So let's start with the build quality, etc. So if you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you guys will know that I do not use a case or a tempered glass with my smartphone because Gorilla Glass has really gotten great over the years. I relatively use my phone very carefully. And it's not like I don't rough use it obviously, but I use it like a normal person, but I don't throw it around. So that's why I have the confidence of rocking my phone without a case and a tempered glass. The OnePlus 8 Pro has held up very well. Obviously Gorilla Glass on the front will get some micro scratches over the time period, and I am personally okay with it. You can only see it when you shine it across some light in particular angles. There has been one major scratch on the screen which I am again fine with because on day-to-day use you do not notice it at all. Coming to the back, I loved the matte texture of this particular phone. The blue color with the matte texture feels really great in the hand, and that is one more reason why I would hate to put a case or a skin on this particular phone. So I really enjoyed using it that way. Build quality has been top notch. Also, let's consider that this time they added IP68 water and dust resistance. That's a big bonus I feel. Now a question I got on Twitter kind of related to this is how big the camera hump is, and to answer that, it is huge. Like, I have not used any phone personally with that big a camera hump. I kind of understand because the optics going into the camera do need a lot of space, and the phone profile just by itself is pretty slim, and they have done a great job with that. I am personally okay with it. Okay, moving on to the display. Now this is a controversial one because I myself have made videos about how I was disappointed with the display, but I had to come to a realization that this does exist across multiple devices in multiple levels. Now yes, I understand that it could be exaggerated in some devices and OnePlus 8 Pro could have been one of those, but I personally saw the same characteristics of display even in my Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, which is a 1440p AMOLED 120Hz display. Most videos, when you're running an HDR video on the OnePlus 8 Pro, now turns itself to the maximum brightness by itself, which is what it should do ideally, and this is what I suggested in my other video where I complained about the display showing some weird behavior during HDR playback. So that has been covered and that has been great. I personally never used a phone which had this higher brightness, and it was very easy to use it under bright sunlight even in dark mode, so that's something I really liked. Apart from that, you guys can say that the displays are curved very aggressively and it does lead to accidental touches, but I would say with updates it has gotten a lot better. Palm rejection has been excellent from day one, but now accidental touches also have been covered up to a large extent. It's still not 100%, I will never say that, but I will say that I do prefer the curves on this kind of a huge phone because I realized that after using the OnePlus Nord especially, because that is a smaller form factor, the OnePlus 8 Pro feels more comfortable and, if I may say, even smaller at times to hold because of the curved edges. So ergonomically it does make sense, but yeah, I understand that watching content wise or accidental touches wise, it does not make sense. Now let's come to the next part, which is the performance. Performance has been top notch. Like, I have zero complaints regarding the performance. Apps have been optimized to the largest extent possible, and OnePlus is historically good at this. Now coming from that, personally I do not game on my phone, so I will not be sharing my experience about gaming because I have none. Now moving on, RAM management has been good, but it should be, right? Because this particular model I have has 12 GB of RAM, and that's a lot. But yes, I do know a lot of skins that kill a lot of apps more aggressively than OnePlus. Oxygen OS has been great in that terms, and RAM management has been better than probably One UI as well, if you may say, because B-Bomb made a video regarding the same. You could go watch it and understand what I'm talking about. Now next comes the software experience. Software experience is something that again is a controversial topic because a lot of people got enraged by the Oxygen OS 11 update. First of all, kudos to OnePlus for putting out the beta program right on the day when Android 11 was launched for the Pixels. Second of all, they made the stable version roll out within 3 weeks. Now for context, Samsung has been horrible with it, although they have rolled out more stable updates. That is a debatable part. Historically, the latest OnePlus phones have been great with updates. I'm not going to comment on the OnePlus Nord or the other phones that are there in their lineup. But yeah, I am so happy that I could use Android 11 even in the beta phase, literally from the day the Pixels got the update. So that's a huge thumbs up from my end. Now, coming to Oxygen OS 11, there are two parts to it. One is that with every platform upgrade, we do get a certain number of bugs in every skin possible. This is even existing on stock Android. So I won't say that Oxygen OS 11 has been free of bugs completely. That is not at all true. There have been a few bugs and they have been irritating as well, because one of them I remember I could not scroll down to bring the notification shade down in any way possible. It just disappeared in some ways, but a quick lock unlock solved it. So these are few bugs I did notice, but the best part about OnePlus is that they really push out the updates with the bug fixes as soon as possible, at least in their flagship lineup. So that is something I'm really happy with. I got one extra update before the security patch update as well, just after the launch of stable Android 11, and they fixed most of these issues. Now with a few updates, a bug here and there did get added, but it got eradicated as soon as possible by the next update. Few were OnePlus launcher specific, so that gets updated in the app via the Play Store itself. So yeah, I have been fairly happy with it. Now looking at the state of other phones and how Android 11 update has been treated by them, I am going to say that I'm really happy about how the OnePlus 8 Pro has worked out for me. Now let's come to the point where OnePlus usually had a track record of disappointing us, that are the cameras. Now this year they really doubled down on the cameras and made bold claims about it. I would really say that this particular camera system is really reliable and very versatile. As most of you might know that I have a Pixel 4a as well, and I was using their cameras a lot. But one thing it really failed at was in the ultra wide scenario. Also, there are few things that a low res sensor just cannot do. Now having a huge primary sensor could make you struggle with the depth of field or make you feel really great about it, because most of the things do not require any portrait mode or anything like that. The only complaint I really have against OnePlus about their cameras is their color profile, because the greens and the reds are really off in a lot of scenarios. Also, when you turn on the scene optimizer, the skies become too blue and stuff like that, so I turn that off. But the HDR is really great and I am enjoying this camera. Also, it gives me a flexibility of using raw pictures or capturing in the 48 megapixel mode. So I find a lot of value in capturing more details and finding the color profile according to my taste or liking. And one complaint I really had, especially in Oxygen OS 10 when I first reviewed the OnePlus 8 Pro, was the camera UI. Now thankfully, that has been updated and is a lot better. Most of the options are there on the top itself and in the camera UI, which is very useful. Now coming to the next part, which is video. Video I feel has been great on the OnePlus 8 Pro. The stabilization is really amazing. having the versatility of switching between ultra wide telephoto and the wide angle lens while shooting a video has been really awesome. So I have been overall very happy with the video performance of the OnePlus 8 Pro as well. Alright, now to the conclusion. For me, this particular phone has been the right choice because I value performance over anything else. Now, OnePlus this time took a bold step of moving into the flagship market completely with the OnePlus 8 Pro, and I feel that it has fairly been a success. A lot of roadblocks have come in terms of OnePlus's decision with the Oxygen OS and the display issues which were blown out of proportion by the media, but they have been corrected to a large extent, and that's a good thing to see. Alright, now since you guys have stuck around so long for this particular video, I have something to give away for you guys. So it's a new year and I've partnered with Gadget Shields to give away one skin for a smartphone to one of you lucky viewers. So the rules are very simple. You gotta be subscribed to this channel. You gotta follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm gonna put out a tweet and an Instagram post, so make sure you retweet that tweet and reshare that post on your stories on Instagram, and I will choose one of you guys to give away a skin of your choice of your smartphone. So make sure you go on to Gadget Shield's website and see if your smartphone is supported by them. Good luck to all of you, and I hope to give back to you guys as well in some form or the other as this channel grows forward. So with that, this is Shreyas and thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.